Anybody that opens up a restaurant that sits around and waits for people to come, you're gonna fail. You're gonna be part of that. What do they say? It's like 93% failure rate, or I don't know what that statistic is. But if you're sitting around in any business and you're waiting and you're hoping to God somebody just walks in and throws you money, don't go into business. Stay at your corporate job where you can actually sit at your cube and wait for your paycheck to come in every 2 weeks. You got to go out there. You got to pound the streets. You gotta go hit every single business. You gotta make sure that you're personally getting the word out there, letting people know, hey, come try us. You watch any TV show out there, and that's what they do, right? They're out there, and you only see it on TV. They go out there, they make a lot of noise for that 1 week. They're turning this restaurant around, but it's not that just 1 week you have to do it. You have to continuously do it. You just have to get your name out there, whether you have a $10,000 budget or you have a $500 budget. You got to work hard to make sure that people know you're there, people know you're open, and that you even exist. And that's what we do. We pound the streets, we get the word out there, and then once we do get a guest in, or whoever it is, a group that we get in, we make sure they have that 100% experience. And so, there are a couple of elements. You get out there, you get the word out there, but once you get them in the doors, what do you do then? And that's where you have to execute. And you got to stay on top of it. Every single guest experience counts in the beginning. And when I say the beginning, it's the first 2 years. And I try to instill in all the people that we work with here, we're going out of business tomorrow. Make sure everybody that comes through the door leaves satisfied. And it's a very difficult thing to do.
So when you say, you go out there and pound the pavement, what has been some of the more successful marketing channels you've used at a launch? Is it just paper, TV? What specifically works well for you?
I don't do anything that's print. I don't advertise in those local magazines. It's a waste of money. None of that stuff, at least for me, it has not worked. So, Google AdWords, that has worked very well for us. In Las Olas, you know, uh, Open Table has worked wonders for us. Up in Coconut Creek, Open Table doesn't work. It really depends on the market, and you got to try a couple of different things. In Las Olas, we're using Open Table. In Coconut Creek, we use TripAdvisor. It really depends on where you want to focus your marketing dollars. And the other thing that we also do, I'll give you an example. We reach out to every single small business and corporate office there is in the 5 to 10 mile radius, and we introduce ourselves. And that seems to help a lot. In Las Olas, we have a partnership with I'm going to say the majority of the hotels here in Fort Lauderdale, and we work with concierges to feed us business. We work with the convention center. We get ourselves out there.
And how does the like when you make these deals? Because I'm telling you, some people that are watching this are going to be very new to this idea of the restaurant business. But when you're making deals with concierges, you're cutting them back in on based on the amount of people they're sending in. Is that what it is? Like, is that how the model works? Is a affiliate model?
Um, right. So generally, you work with some of the larger names out there. Kickbacks are very frowned upon. Um, does it happen? Is there an incentive program? Absolutely, there's an incentive program. That one hand washes the other, and nobody's here to do charity work. So we definitely take care of the concierges that feed us the business, and there is an incentives program in place, and that's what it's sales. It's all about sales.
Well, the reason I ask is because I'm sure they get approached by more than one person, right? I mean, there's 8,000 restaurants within like a 10-mile radius of you, so I'm sure everybody has approached them with X amount of money or this or that. So, what makes the difference between creating a better relationship? Is it just the person, or is there kind of a formula to making the affiliate model in the real world work?
Right. So you've got to manage that relationship, right? Most of these restaurants, unless they're an established large chain, they don't necessarily manage these relationships. What they do is they reach out once or twice, and then it fizzles. What we do is we actually manage the relationship. We log every single thing that we do, every visit, every incentive that we send out. Everything is logged, so we can actually actively manage, what the concierges are doing, how they're sending us guests, and why they're sending us guests. We're not just there saying, oh, hey, we're Asian restaurant number 655. Send us, send us somebody and we'll give you a kickback. We don't do that. We help them sell. We give them materials. We give them branding materials. We give them deals. We give the guest incentives. We actually actively manage it, and we see what works, and we modify that sales or that marketing technique, if you will, so that the guests are continuously, intrigued, I guess, and so are the concierges, and so are the hotels. So it's not a stale program. Does that does that make sense?
That makes sense. And then, but you
Yeah.
said that you primarily use online kind of as the first place you go to between the sites and everything else. So let me ask you a question that a lot of restaurants struggle with. How do you, especially in the earlier stages of building a restaurant, obviously the process within the restaurant itself is probably going to have gaps that you'll learn over time. How do you deal with the review systems out there? Like just the idea that people, I'm sure, have they're quick to leave bad reviews, but they take forever to leave good ones, right? So how do you kind of manage that process opening when the online search is so important to you, and one review could kill you?
Right. So, that that's something that it's a challenge, because most of the time, people that what I've at least discovered is, at least in South Florida, it's a little different. Most of the people are placing online reviews because they're unhappy. So what we've done is we manage all of the review sites. We actively manage them, whether it's positive or negative. We manage it, and what we've done is we've tried to translate a lot of those negative experiences to positive ones, and that's worked for us. It's you know even the complainers, they want to be pleased, and that's what we try to do, and we try to win them over. It's not easy, but you have to manage it. You get, I'm going to say, I don't know, 10 negative reviews to one positive one. I don't know the exact numbers to it, but we definitely get more negatives than positives. But if you look at, you go to like Yelp or TripAdvisor or Open Table for Bow, we're 4 stars there. And we're not 4 stars because we don't have a 1 star review. We have a lot of 1 star reviews. We have a lot of complaints, but we actively manage it and we convert those 1 star reviews, into 3, 4, 5 stars. It's a relationship that we're managing. You know that one guest, he's not coming in every week. I'd love for them to come in every week, but we're lucky if they come in once a week. So, or once a month, sorry. So we have that opportunity to regain their trust and to regain their business for that 1 month. So we manage it. We reach out to them, we call them, we email them. We want to find out what exactly did we do wrong? How can we fix this? Give us another chance. And that actually works.